Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy Week 12. Can you believe it? Week 12 already. Judging from the way things have gone so far this year, I'm expecting a photo finish in the ACC. And probably some other conferences too. The SEC for sure. And probably the Big 12. I gotta tell you, I'm excited for tonight's show. I'm excited to hear Sea Dog's recamp stories from last week's game against Miami. I have not spoke with him personally since the big win over Miami, but I saw his videos and Rec Talk's videos. And so he obviously had a great time. I mean, he broke a few laws. Breaking and entering, trespassing. I don't know, is there a law against jumping in somebody's pool? I don't know. I'll have to ask him about that.
Fleeing?
Fleeing, evading and fleeing. Hopefully we can get Slim Shady on here. I don't know if he's available or not. Hopefully he can make an appearance tonight as well. It would only be right. He's the resident Miami fan on the ACC show. Dylan says SMU is winning the ACC. Is that right? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. They're going to have to either beat Miami or Clemson to do that. Not that they can't, just saying. All right, I'll be ready to go in about 60 to 90 seconds. Let me finish getting everything ready here, and we'll get this show started off here. SMU is going to roll over Miami's defense. Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's week 12. Miami's got one loss. All right, we'll get started here in just a second. Almost there. Wahoo Brad says, bowl team in that? Hey, look. Big game for the Wahoos this weekend against a very good Notre Dame team on the road. We'll talk about that and more. Big win for Virginia last week over Pitt. Effectively eliminating Pitt, most likely, from the ACC contention. Back-to-back losses for the Panthers. Probably about to be back-to-back losses for the Panthers after Clemson rolls in there this weekend and shoves it in raw. But hey, all right, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's get rid of this music. Get rid of that music, and it looks like we might actually have Sea-Dog on camera this time. I don't know where he went. He was just there. Anyway, welcome to the ACC show, everybody. I'm your host, Pigskin Pete, joined by my co-host, Sea-Dog. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Week 12. So tonight, I think the rankings come out around 9 o'clock. So I don't know if we'll still be on the air or not when the rankings come out. But it'll be interesting to see where these teams move. Where will Miami fall to? Will Clemson move at all? Will SMU move at all off of a bye? Will we see some teams that are ranked this week that weren't last week? All those things will probably happen and more. What's up, Sea-Dog? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man. What's going on?
Hey, not much.
Not much for me either, really.
Yeah.
You know,
so take me through your day on Saturday, and don't miss a detail, please. I mean, the floor is yours. I want you to tell me your entire day. I'll stop you here and there to ask you questions, but I want to hear how everything went in Atlanta on Saturday.
Okay, I guess we could start probably before the day even started. Friday, I mean, I did not have a good week last week. Like, just, you know, just things were not great as far, like, outside of, you know, football and stuff. And, I mean, we're trying to get the house done and all that. So I had kind of a crappy week. And I made the preview on the thing. I didn't even make the preview until like Friday night, for the game. And I came on and I was like, man, we're about to get our ass kicked. 'Cause like, dude, we have not freaking been playing good. Our last couple games, we put up 6 points and 13. Or we put up 13 against Notre Dame and then 6 against freaking Virginia Tech. I mean, Haynes King was out. You know, Pyron came in, our backup. Pyron was our backup from freaking a couple years ago, and he played great, and he has not been freaking playing great. He got benched. They put in this true freshman kid, and he was freaking knocking it out of the park. So I don't know. I just did not have a very good outlook of the game and not a very good week leading up to it. Sorry, I got to eat this sushi. Oh, no.
Somebody just broke something.
I think it's just pots and pans.
Oh, all right. Never mind. Carry on.
All right. So, dang, that's good. So, my wife just brought me a sushi. I had to freaking try it. It's good. It's spicy. We've just had some serious freaking offensive issues. I didn't realize how freaking dependent we are on Haynes King. So, and like this year, like obviously has been crazy with my house and everything. And we haven't really had, I don't know, we haven't had a ton, we haven't had like a super crazy win besides freaking Florida State, which at the time was awesome. But, you know, retroactively looking back, is really not that good of a win at all. Damn it. So I was saying in the video, I was like, man, you know, we don't have a magical Brent Key victory that he's had, the couple years since he's taken over. And I just wasn't even looking forward to this game. And I can't tell you how close I was to not even going.
Yeah, when I asked you last week if you were going, you said, yeah, I am. And I was like, you don't sound too excited about it. You're like, yeah, well, it's a noon game and, we're going to get our asses kicked. And, so you didn't sound too excited about it.
I'm not even looking forward to it. I don't even want to freaking go. And I was like, not going to go. But Rec Talk, well, he told me he got 2 tickets, but he said, hey, I got 2 tickets for the game. And I'm like, cool. But, I don't know. So, I don't know. He always sits in the same spot. He's got like season tickets. So I didn't know that he was inviting me. A little bit of a miscommunication. Anyway, he tells me that he's got, tickets for me. So I was like, all right, well, if you got tickets, then I'll go. I just didn't want to go alone, because my wife was sick and like she couldn't go. So, so like last minute, I go on freaking Saturday and I get there late. I get there like after kick. It was like it wasn't like super late, but it was like the first drive. And I felt really bad because Rec Talk was waiting on me,
Yeah, he said to tell you to mention that you were late.
If I would have known that he got me tickets, I just didn't understand that he was inviting me when he said he got tickets.
So he invited you, but you didn't know that he invited you?
Well, he basically was just like, hey, somebody gave us 2 tickets. Somebody gave me 2 tickets to the game. I was like, oh, sweet. I don't think he said like, you want to come with,
Oh, so you didn't know the second ticket was yours?
Right.
Oh, sounds like a classic case of miscommunication.
Right. And the thing is, too, like, even if Rec Talk gets free tickets, he has season tickets. So I'm like, I think he's gotten free tickets before, not like sat there because he's already got tickets. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to freaking think. Communication is not my strong suit.
Yeah, so. I can tell. I need to hear from Rec Talk so he can tell the story because you're doing a terrible job of doing it.
He probably has receipts of some kind that can disprove what I'm saying.
He says he told you I got us 2 tickets.
Well, I don't know. I'm also very polite, so like I don't know. I don't want to assume. If I'm not like 100% sure, I don't want to like assume that.
Well, I mean, if Rec Talk says I got us 2 tickets, I would think that means he's taking his boyfriend with him. I mean, just
but I don't know. If he said I got us 2 tickets, I don't know. It's probably my fault. So anyway, I'm barely even sure if I'm gonna go, and because I had a Georgia Tech fan get in touch with me. He was like, "Hey, I got 2 tickets. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, Rec Talk. Let me talk to Rec Talk real quick." And he was like, "Never mind, somebody took them." I'm like, "Damn." So it was a whole mess with the freaking tickets. Like I like pretty much get there late because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I missed a freaking drive from Jamal Haynes, our running back, our best running back. He goes off on the first freaking drive and scores and gets us up early on Miami. I didn't even get to see that, and I felt bad because I prevented Rec from doing it too. But I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. But all
right, let me fast forward this conversation a little bit here. So you get there, you finally get to your seat with Rec Talk. I heard on your video that you said that he had good tickets. I don't know, it's on the lower deck, right?
We didn't even wind up using the tickets that he got. We just wound up using his season tickets because the guy that he normally goes to the season tickets with didn't go today. So we didn't wind up using the free tickets.
Oh, so he has season tickets, and those are on the lower
really good seats,
part
he's friends with like a donor.
Of course he is. So on like what, the 50-yard line, I think you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't get much better ticket than that. What was the atmosphere like during the game?
Yeah. I got there and it was a lot of Miami fans. I was like, geez. You know, and I also.
Is your cat okay?
What?
Are the cats okay?
Oh, sorry. Bentley. God, I might have to let him out, so shut up.
Let him out? Was it a dog?
Let me go let him out real quick. No,
let him out?
Let him out. Let him out into here.
Oh.
Because he's not going to stop doing that.
All right.
Let me let him out.
All right. I'm just, I don't care. I was concerned about the well-being of the cat. Sounded like he was in distress. You know.
Okay. There.
This video that you guys are seeing on the screen, this is from C-Dog's live stream that he did after the game. When they did a series of felonies, starting with breaking and entering, trespassing. I don't know what the law is as far as jumping in somebody's pool or throwing trash in somebody's pool, which is what that goalpost actually is, you know, from a legal standpoint. It's a foreign object.
Destruction of property and theft.
Yes, all of those things and more. And now, who is this? Can you see the live stream?
Yeah.
Who is this lady that you're talking to here?
Lady?
Yeah, what lady is that?
Damn. That's a Georgia Tech nerd.
Oh, how do you know her?
Wait, women don't go to Georgia Tech. Come on.
That's actually a good point. Let's watch a little bit of this here.
Dude, that was just some guy. He was like, all right, here, film me. He came up to me. He was like, yo, are you C-Dog? I'm like, yeah, hold my phone so I can jump in and film me recording.
Yeah, that's what we're about to watch because this is the highlight of the video here. And that's exactly what he said. He said, hey, are you C-Dog? You said, yeah. He took a selfie with you. And then you said, here, hold my phone and record me jumping in here. When in Rome. Here we go, C-Dog. Oh, my God. A back flop. The opposite of a belly flop. C-Dog did a back flop. Now, I got to ask you, have you taken any ivermectin to kill the parasites that you got out of this pool?
No, I'm probably going to die.
Why does that thing look like it hasn't been cleaned since the last time Georgia Tech won a national championship?
So here's the thing. Apparently it's the president's house, but I don't think he lives there.
What?
He doesn't live there. He lives in like a high rise in Atlanta. So that place is like not maintenance, I guess.
Clearly.
Yeah, it was disgusting and freezing cold.
Yeah, I'm like, you have a better chance throwing a fishing line out there and catching. There's got to be something living in there, some sort of fish or marine animal. I don't know which kind, but yeah, somebody stocked that. Was there any carp in there?
No, just a bunch of nerds.
Yeah,
swimming around. It was, it was gross. I walked around a while before I found the parade too, so this almost didn't happen.
Huge. Let's go.
I actually I took a screenshot of one of the one after you got out of the pool. I took a screenshot on my phone. I think I might make it my my home screen on my phone.
You took a screenshot of what?
Of you when you got out of the pool. You looked so happy.
I was so happy. I didn't even plan on jumping in like when I went there, but I was live streaming, and every comment was like, "Jump in, C-Dog, jump in, jump in." So I'm like obviously prone to peer pressure. So I jumped in.
This is peak C-Dog right here. Everybody soak this in. This is peak C-Dog. Pure elation and happiness. And I like how, hold on, I got to ask you a question about that goalpost. So you guys threw the goalpost into the pool.
Yeah.
And then what, you just left it there, or did they?
Dude, yeah. Did you, I mean, literally about a minute after I get out of the pool, the cops show up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nobody was carrying that thing out. running from the cops.
Yeah.
We all took off.
Oh, of course you did.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bunch of roaches scattering. Like, which one do you stomp on first? Like, they have no idea what to do. It's like just nerds running everywhere. Like, well, I don't even know who to chase.
Well, I was nervous because, you know me, I'm fat and slow. So I'm like, oh my God, in a situation like this, I'm getting caught. Like, I'm not outrunning anybody. And
so where'd you flee? Did you like run into the woods or something and like hide behind a tree or something?
I gotta tell you, I was pretty nervous at one point, and I heavily considered running into the woods because they were right there. Like the escape route, I wasn't sure like if they were, you know, going to be making arrests or anything like that. They didn't. They did. I don't think they did, at least.
Oh, they could have got you easily. They could have been like, we saw your live stream. You instigated the whole thing. You're liable.
I instigated.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, held Sea Dog liable for this. It's your fault.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Look at all these nerds up here on this balcony. That's that guy's house, isn't it?
Yeah.
They got up in this guy's house on his balcony. I mean, his bedroom is probably right there off that balcony.
After I jumped in, somebody jumped from the balcony into the pool.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah, here, we'll show it right now.
I didn't catch it on camera. I just missed it.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I can see. I know exactly what guy it is too.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
We can see Dog.
I just jumped up right there. Holy crap.
Oh, that's Darwinism right there.
Right.
All right. Well, anyway, it looks like you had an amazing and fantastic time. Now, I saw Rec Talk's video as well. So he goes on the field.
Yeah. Well, that's where we got separated.
Well, yeah, because you went with the goalpost people and he stayed behind. Right.
Right. He said that he got so like hot and he stayed on the field for longer than I think I did. And he said that he got so hot and thirsty that he like left the stadium and went and begged some people tailgating for some water.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So he's a little bit older than me. So
yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It was funny. Looks like you guys had a good time out there with the players.
Yeah.
Taking pictures with the fans, the players.
I got to see Kyle Eford, and which is he's like, you know, our best. He's like our middle linebacker. He's the beast, the one that wears the neck roll that everybody loves.
Yeah, the neck roll.
Yeah.
So I saw you guys also. I've never rushed the field anywhere before. Usually, as soon as the game's over, I rush the other way, away from the field, towards the exits. So I've never done that.
Clemson rush the field every game.
Well, the students do, but I'm not a student.
Well, the students are the ones that carry the goalposts and jump in the president's pool, but I help myself to that.
Yeah. See, the students don't have to drive to a hotel. I do.
Yeah.
So I get out of there so I can beat the traffic.
Yeah, I had about a 45-minute drive home with soaking wet.
But you guys planned it properly. So there was about, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes left or whatever it was. You knew you were going to win. So you guys headed from your seats down to where you could immediately jump on the field after Yeah, you guys did it good. Like you guys did it like seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the logistics of that.
Yeah, I definitely was thinking about it because, like, you know, the entire game, you know what we were thinking. Like, Miami's done this before. Like, they've been in this situation several times this season. Or could we really be the ones to, like, actually pull it off and beat them? And we were, and it was like, I don't know. It wasn't real. It didn't feel – I thought we were going to lose all the way up until basically the strip sack, which was the play that sealed the game.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now. Cam Ward had 348 yards passing. Mm-hmm. The leading rusher in the entire game, this is a shocking stat here, was Haynes King with 93 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
We have a really good run defense this year, which is, I mean, credit to Santucci, our defensive coordinator. It's his first year. we had the second worst run defense in FBS last year, and now we're like number 13 or something like that. So our rush defense has made huge strides. So and Haynes King came in and literally could not throw. They had him throw like a few screens or something like that, and we throw at like our team total, because obviously we had the true freshman Aaron Philo come in, and for long passing situations, and I think we only threw for like 99 yards or something like that total.
Yeah, so, I mean, the surprising thing about this game is that you won it on defense because, I mean, going into this game, Georgia Tech's defense was not really anything to write home about. Miami had the number one scoring offense in the country.
Mm-hmm. They had been playing good for a couple games. Like, they played pretty good against, Virginia Tech. No, they played really great against Virginia Tech. They played pretty good against, Notre Dame. So they hadn't really had a horrible performance since Syracuse. So like I was happy with them going into the game, but yeah, like you said, I didn't freaking expect them to hold Miami like they did.
So huge win for Georgia Tech, second year in a row beating Miami. I guess last year was in Coral Gables, right?
Yep.
What am I doing here? Here we go. So, yeah, big win for Georgia Tech. And also that brings Miami back down to reality. That leaves the ACC wide open. That, from a Clemson standpoint, if you're looking at making the ACC championship, a Miami loss was huge because if they lose one more, Clemson will get in ahead of them. Well, provided that Clemson beats Pittsburgh this Saturday.
I mean, the problem is that they don't play anyone. They really don't.
Well, no, they got Wake Forest next week. They're on a bye this week. They got Wake Forest next week. Then they've got Syracuse at Syracuse though, to finish the season. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. I think they'll win out, but I'm just saying that made it. I mean, that opened the door up a little bit. They cracked the door open for Clemson to try to backdoor their way into this thing here. So shout out to Georgia Tech.
No problem. Hey, anytime.
Yeah, Volusia says they can 100% lose to Syracuse. Well, in the ACC, it appears as if anybody can lose to anybody. Yeah. Right now. That's just, and that's not just the ACC. That seems to be the same way with the Big 12 and the Big 10 and the SEC. So pretty much all the conferences right now are wide open. And we're in week 12 now. So anyway, we'll move on so we don't run out of time here. Florida State at Notre Dame. Of course, this was an absolute beatdown. Notre Dame 52, Florida State 3.
I guess the story of this is, well, obviously they got destroyed, but the story of this is Florida State fired some coaches after this.
Yeah, they fired their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. And there might have been another one.
It's interesting that he does it this late in the season.
Well, he's trying to save his job at this point. It's like, well, I'm going to get fired or I'm going to fire my coordinators. So, I'll fire them. He's trying to pass the buck here. So, but either way, Florida State's game. I told you guys before this game happened that this was going to happen. I said Notre Dame will win this by as much as they want to. Florida State might not score 10 points, which they didn't. They've given up. Their players are already looking to where they're going to play next year. And they won't win another game. They might have one directional school they play, they'll win. So they'll probably end the season 2-10.
Charleston Southern.
They'll beat Charleston Southern.
Yeah.
So 2-10 for Florida State. Yikes.
That is brutal. 2-10 for Florida State and 10-2 for Miami, right?
well, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
A big win. Huge even. Huge win for the Wahoos on the road at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gets blown off the field by SMU. Then they host Virginia at home, and Virginia wins 24-19. they might beat Virginia Tech too. Virginia's probably going bowling. What are they? What are they? They have 5 wins, I think, already.
Good. What a good story.
Yeah, good story. And I'm happy for Tony Elliott too. I listened to about a 20 or 30 minute long radio interview with Tony Elliott today. Pretty interesting. Now, a lot of that interview, they were talking about his time at Clemson, so it wasn't too much to really, how great Dabo is and blah, blah, blah. We all know that. But it was interesting. He talked about, all his time at Clemson, they played Pittsburgh every year. So he's very familiar with Pittsburgh and Pat Narduzzi, and said that they do a great job of shutting down the run game. Now, Virginia ran, I think, for like 250 yards in this game. Something crazy. No, 170 yards rushing, 170 yards passing. So the total offense about 340. But Pittsburgh couldn't stop the run for Virginia, and they had a hard time scoring. So I hope Clemson obviously watches that tape and figures out what Virginia did, and can use that this week to their advantage.
You say they play Pittsburgh every year?
Clemson used to.
You did?
No, maybe not every year.
Your one. Yeah, I was going to say, because your permanent cross division was us.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, you're right. We didn't play Pittsburgh every year. We played them a lot, though, it seemed like. And maybe it was just the luck of the draw or whatever, or playing in the postseason, but yeah.
Right.
But, just being in the conference, he was familiar with Pittsburgh. I don't know how many games he played against Pitt, probably 4 or 5 while he was the offensive coordinator at Clemson. So, anyway, big game. So Pittsburgh probably eliminated. Shout out to Virginia for doing that. 2 losses now in a row for Pittsburgh, probably about to be 3. Where's Talkus Pitt at? Clemson at Virginia Tech. Did you watch this game, Cito?
No, it was the same. Was it 3:30?
Yeah, it was at 3:30.
Oh, Rec Talk's blowing me up. He says, let me in.
Oh, all right. Yo.
So, first of all, just quickly, dude, I talked to you Thursday. I said, I got 2 tickets for us. You going? You said, yep. And then the morning of the game, you're like, man, I don't know if I'm going, bro. What are you talking about? And the reason we sat, this is crazy, Pete. The reason we sat where I normally do is the donor. And dude, this guy gives hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. They didn't have parking for him. Like, they had given his parking spot away, so he wasn't able to go, which has opened up a seat for Sea-Dog. So he sat in big money seat.
So this guy gives 6 figures a year to Georgia Tech football, and they took his parking pass and gave it to somebody else?
So there's a deck that you, not only do you have to be a season ticket holder, you have to donate at a certain level to park in that deck. It's right behind the stadium. Well, it was full. And he's like, son of a bitch. So that added to the feeling for me of feeling shitty. I'm like, damn. Yeah. And I mean, he gave more than that last year, but I was like, well, no need in sitting in the way uppers. Let's go sit in big money seat. And yeah, that was that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That don't have nothing to do with you. It's just funny because I don't know if you're this way, Pete, but I'm like super anal. I mean, can you imagine me being married and like, hey, we got to be there at 3, and then you're getting I'm 10 minutes or 15 minutes early for anything I ever have to do. Otherwise, I get nervous about it. Dude, I left my ex-wife places before. I don't fuck around with it.
I don't think we're the same in that regard. Yeah.
I would have got there at 9 if I would have known that. If I would have known that we were going together, but I thought I was going to have to buy my own tickets.
Dude, we won, so who gives a shit? It's great.
So what was the after party like for you? So I know Sea-Dog had to drive home. Did you hang out in Atlanta and party it up? Or?
Yeah. So I only live like 6 miles from the stadium. So my dad will come in from North Georgia and pick me up. So I would have gone with the goalpost, but it'd be kind of effed up for me to leave my dad waiting for me somewhere around North Avenue until I called him.
I'm glad. Look, I feel bad for my wife that she was sick, but I'm glad she didn't go because whoever went with me, I would have left them behind.
Yeah, we left each other
Damn.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just on the field yelling. Like I talked to one of the players. I was like, hey, man, what do you got to tell the people on YouTube? He's like, hey, this is A, baby. You don't bring that shit up in here. And I was like, all right. So I just did a bunch of that. Our kicker took my phone and recorded some. And as far as rushing the field, man, the school has to prepare that kind of, because the step, or, the distance from the top of the bottom step to the field is pretty high.
Yeah.
You could easily get hurt. So they actually have to have like a step for you. It's like one of the band cases or something that we had to step down on. And obviously people of me and Sea-Dog stature, that can be an issue, but
Well, I do remember. I remember when Sea-Dog, whenever him and the rest of those nerds were rushing the president's house, he had like a brick wall around his house, right? So all these kids start jumping over, hopping over it, and Sea-Dog's like, "I'm not getting over that thing." So he walks around it to get in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't.
He engineered a new route, dude. That's
I can do, and I was, and I freaking cut the shit out of my fingers. I jumped over that stone wall to escape.
I would have bailed you out, dude.
Cut the shit out of my fingers.
Me and Papa Rec had your bail money, But what is Cabrera? What is the president of the school going to do, Pete? Press charges against his own fans after a historic win?
Well, no, because most of the fans can't be identified. Unfortunately for Sea-Dog, he has a YouTube channel he broadcasts the whole thing on.
Well, that's the great thing about AI. That was AI generated, man.
Yeah, right.
He's getting set up.
Yeah, live AI.
It would have just
Georgia Tech, we can do that.
It would have just had to have been like.
Hey, how far is the president's house from the stadium?
It's not far at all.
It's a few blocks, 10 blocks maybe.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that's not that bad.
No, but the other thing that was nuts, and here's the effed up thing about Georgia Tech. Like, from an administrative standpoint, they're horrible. Obviously, the season ticket holder got his parking pass taken away, but the security guards are literally trying to keep people from getting to the goalpost. And then once they get them up, because it's 1,000 to 1, or 1,000 to 5 security people, they're trying to wrestle the goalposts out of their hands.
Yeah, I was about to say. So once you get the goalpost down, like, how do you get it out of the stadium?
Well, they let them down. There's a break at the bottom, like a hinge.
Well, who unhinged it then?
I don't know.
Somebody had a socket wrench or something in their pocket?
They let them down.
Give me a 10 millimeter that Miami just got their ass kicked.
They let them down. I think that's to avoid them being torn down. They didn't want people to take them, though.
No, they didn't. I mean, there's literally this, like, just, average build lady trying to keep 40 young students from carrying it out. And she's getting drugged. She's getting ragdolled, dude.
So where'd you carry it out? Like, where's the opening big enough to carry the goalpost out?
Oh, well, there's two things under the stadium, but I don't think they took them out. I think they took them out up the steps of the north end zone, right?
I left out of the entrance that they took it out of. There's
there's literally like a tunnel from the back road in, like where an ambulance could come in, but they didn't do that. They literally took it up from like where the band sits out, like where you would go to sit for your seats.
Oh, wow.
The best route.
Yeah.
So that's like trying to carry a couch upstairs and put it in some like corner room in your house. You got to like finagle it around the corners and hold it this way. So I'll back up and we'll stick the top of the fork through there first and then bend it around and.
Yeah, except if your couch was like 40 feet long.
Right. Yeah.
That thing's heavy too. At one point, they were gonna turn, but I wound up turning the other way, and they turned right onto me. So I wound up carrying it during the stream at one point. And
you took the load.
Yeah, that thing's heavy, man.
Yeah, so you got fingerprints on there. You're getting called by the police later on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't talk, dude.
They'll never take me alive.
Do we know any lawyers that would help Pete out?
I know a lawyer, but not one that would help him out.
That's fucked up, man.
Damn.
She's going to say "Go Tigers" and call someone out.
Yeah, exactly.
I freaking cracked the door for Clemson to get in the ACC, and that's my thanks, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do we know the math on it yet?
Well, the math is, as far as I can tell, is that Clemson they need Miami to lose again.
And Miami's got Wake and Syracuse left. Syracuse could beat them. It's not likely, but
I think right now Clemson's in third place with tiebreak. They would lose 2 tiebreak if SMU and Miami both won out and Clemson won out. Clemson would still come in third.
If Georgia Tech can beat Miami, Syracuse can too.
Of course they can.
yeah. I mean, they've got it. They got the offense to hang with them.
I mean, it would be the most Miami thing ever if they lost to Syracuse and didn't go to the ACC championship game.
It would make me so happy.
I've been saying this, like, I hope that somebody beats them because, like, losing Miami, never, winning the ACC is like losing 1980. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Speaking of Syracuse, your favorite coach in all of the ACC, I think, is Fran Brown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's a stinky ass right now.
So Syracuse falls to Boston College.
Embarrassing.
And we'll talk about Boston.
A new gimmick this game.
We'll talk about Boston College here. You heard their quarterback left the team.
Casanellas.
Really? Why?
Yeah. They benched him, I guess, during the game, and he got mad about it, and he stepped away from the team.
They benched him for what?
Playing shitty, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
Or something else. I don't know. Does somebody in the chat know the whole story? All I know is right now he's not on their roster. He stepped away from the team.
Wow.
He quit.
That's crazy.
He quit.
First of all, I can't believe you'd bench Casanellas. I mean,
well, so Bill O'Brien, when they asked him about, why did he step away from the team? He said, well, he's got a personal matter. But to me,
that's what they all say, dude.
Yeah, but he said we expect him to be back at some point. Well, hell, it's week 12. At what point is he going to be back? I mean, there's only a couple of weeks left to come back. So anyway, he's not playing this week. I do know that. And also, more importantly, this Fran Brown, he's a character. So he comes up with new sound bites every week. With they lost to Boston College. Did you hear what he said in the press conference?
Yeah.
Motherfucker don't shower.
He said, I don't shower after a loss because I don't deserve soap.
Yeah.
Now
he's just a gimmicky freaking guy.
C-Dog, can I tell him what I told you? C-Dog told me this. I didn't know about it. I said, that sounds like something Sleeta would say.
That does sound like something. You're right.
Like, that's how crazy that is.
And then he goes, I did brush my teeth because I knew if I came in here to talk to you guys with stinky breath, you guys would say something about it. Well, what about the BO, though?
What about a stinky ass, dude?
I mean, I know he's running around the sidelines like a banshee sweating his ass off. He probably stinks. And now his poor wife, I don't know if he's married or not, he's got to go home and she's got to sleep with him after not showering.
Dude,
what's wrong with this guy?
Being in the fart box, that's crazy.
Yeah, even worse.
What if, like, next year they start off 0-4? Is he not going to shower for like over a month?
Oh my God.
This guy, man.
He's a clown. He's just a gimmicky freaking clown.
He's Jersey, man. This makes sense when you know he's from New Jersey.
I mean, I've heard some funny things that coaches have said over the years, but never have I ever heard anybody say that I don't shower because I'm not good enough for soap. Ever. That was not on my bingo card.
Soap snubbed me, man. I got snubbed by soap.
I'm going to punish my wife and kids for me losing a football game.
Oh, my God.
They're rooting hard as hell for him to win.
Wouldn't you be embarrassed if your coach said that? Like, I told C-Dog, like, if he was at Georgia Tech and said that, I'd be like, dude, never say something like that.
I don't think Jeff Collins said shit like that.
That does sound like some Jeff Collins type shit to say, though.
When we win, I get the elite soap, baby.
Yeah. Like, I could see Jeff Collins being like, they're down, 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and he tells the equipment manager, go in the locker room right now and take all the soap out of all the showers. None of these guys are getting soap today.
He's like Mike Leach. Remember when Mike Leach folded up all the chairs on the sidelines?
Yeah.
Because they didn't deserve to sit.
For Leach, though. Like, all the silly stuff he did.
They didn't deserve to sit down.
Well, that's kind of
Players
big, though. Like,
Yeah.
not washing is just something that homeless people and Fran Brown do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's next? I'm not going to wipe my ass after I shit now? Like, how far do you take this thing?
My asshole don't deserve toilet paper.
I'm not using deodorant for a month because we lost a football game. What do you think about that?
Man, that's funny. Clown behavior, dude.
Can you fire someone for cause for that? For like literally being mentally unstable?
Yeah.
Like how many times now have we had to talk about Fran Brown over some outlandish?
It started with us, didn't it?
Yes.
Man, Brent Key didn't say we were friends.
It was literally their first game of the year, so yeah, it
They
started with us
for like
or
4
second.
months, 20 years ago. Anyways, yeah, fuck Syracuse.
He's starting to grow on me. Fran Brown is like, I mean, he's the new character of the ACC, right?
Okay, he's a clown if you want to laugh at him and be entertained.
Like, he looks like every time he talks in front of a microphone, he looks like he just like took a big whiff of smelling salts or something. Like he's all fired up.
Yeah, or something else. Who knows?
Yeah, manufactured hate because nobody hates Syracuse. I'm not in football anyway. I mean, so I guess you got to manufacture the hate to get your play. I don't know. Whatever his strategy is.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did against us. He had to manufacture Brent Key like coach speak.
Well, it didn't work because they lost to Boston College, and Boston College sucks. So
Exactly.
Well, he didn't manufacture anything with them, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Duke at NC State. Duke 29, NC State 19. Holy shit.
How happy does that make you?
I got to tell you, if you could see the size of the smile on my face right now just reading that score. Couldn't happen to a...
State might not make a bowl. You know who they have left?
Who?
Georgia Tech on a Thursday night home game for Tech, and North Carolina. They could lose both those games.
They probably will lose both those games.
They're not going to go bowling, man.
If they don't make a bowl, there's a party at my house, and you guys are all invited.
Right,
We'll have a non-watch party. We'll just turn the TV on and where it's on static and pretend like we're watching NC State play in a bowl game.
That's hilarious.
I'll do that if Georgia ever doesn't make a bowl.
All right, moving on to this week's games. Clemson at Pittsburgh, obviously a huge game. Clemson just needs to win to stay alive, and they need help. Obviously, they don't control their own destiny here. Pittsburgh coming off back-to-back losses. Blowout win to SMU, and, of course, they lost to a Virginia team last week. I mean, I would love to sit here and say to you, I feel like I'm confident Clemson's going to go in there and, beat them by 3 touchdowns. But that if I did say that, I'd be lying. I don't know which Clemson team's going to show up from week to week. I don't know if they're going to get off the bus. Last week against Virginia Tech, they left off right where they ended with Louisville. Offense couldn't do anything. Defense looked pitiful. Special teams looked like... I think Clemson does have the worst special teams in the entire country.
All right, that means we don't anymore. That's good to hear.
Well, you might be down there low, but you're not near as low as Clemson is. Clemson's the only team in the country who's had 5 blocked field goals in one season. And
We'd have you beat if we hadn't fired freaking Ricky Bromfield.
I didn't know you were having field goals blocked like that. Wow.
Oh, God. It's every week.
Too.
It feels like it's every... Hell, there's 2 against Louisville and 1 last week. It's so bad that Clemson was up 2 touchdowns halfway through the fourth quarter. They kicked a short field, like a 30-yard field goal, and Dabo Swinney's on the sideline jumping up and down like they won the Super Bowl. Because they made a kick. I'm not kidding, dude. That's how bad it is.
So making kicks is your Super Bowl now?
Making kick is a Super Bowl. If they can punt the ball more than 20 yards, and then they have so little faith in their punter that they did a fake. They pretended like they were going to go for it on 4th and 2 or whatever it was, 4th and 3, and they let Cade Klubnik kick the ball, and he shanked it. He kicked it like 5 fucking yards. Their special teams is so bad that they're doing gimmick stuff to try to make up for it, and the gimmick is even worse than what they had to begin with. It's really bad.
That's bad, dude. That's really bad.
Sorry, Pete. I know how you feel.
Is it better or worse than the time you did the ring around the rosy?
It's right up there. It's right up there.
Against South Carolina.
Yeah, the ring around the rosy pocket full of posy is the worst special teams call I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
That was incredible from a neutral point of view.
It was not incredible at all.
Is that a Dabo thing though? Like, because I remember when we played you last year, you tried to go fake a punt from like your own 18 and didn't get it. Like,
Yeah. I don't.
No sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't make any sense. He loves trick plays, and so when it works, everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is genius!" We got a wide receiver, Antonio Williams, who's thrown a couple of touchdown passes this year. So they love doing this stuff, and when it works, it's great. With the defensive linemen coming in and running the ball and blocking on offense, that's all fun and games and everything. But letting Cade Klubnik, is he the best kicker? Who on this team can kick a football more than 5 yards?
I bet you could, Pete.
I probably could. All right, let's move on.
So recently, wasn't it like Arizona State? Their field goal was so bad, they had like open tryouts in the middle of the season or something.
Yeah, this is my other point too, and people think I'm joking. Clemson has 2 out of the last 3 national championships in men's soccer. They win 1 this year. They're a dynasty. That's 3 out of the last 4. You're telling me there's not one single soccer player walking around that campus that can't kick it more than 10 yards? I refuse to believe that.
I'm sure he got some NIL money for him. More than making him in soccer.
Yeah.
So Clemson wins this close because their special teams is shit. So I'm 0 field goals in this game. Clemson's going to have to score all touchdowns, hopefully a defensive touchdown too. So I'm going to say 24-21.
I have no idea what to say about this game. Pitt's coming off a 2-game losing streak, so they might get their shit together at home for you. I don't know. What's the line? Let me look at the line.
It's 10.
For which way? For
Clemson.
That seems like a lot of points.
I know.
I'd take Pitt and the points. I don't know who's going to win, though.
It's in Pittsburgh, too. Not that matters. Mrs. Pete's going to the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's going up there. Her friend lives in Morgantown, which is very close to Pittsburgh. So they're driving into Pittsburgh, going to Clemson and Pittsburgh, and then they're going to Uber or get somebody to drive them. I don't know. To the West Virginia game, 30 minutes away, and go to that. They're going to go to 2 games in one day.
Is she going to burn a couch?
I would not. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her. She's almost burned our couch before.
I remember Golden Blue used to say, no, we don't freaking burn couches anymore. Burning couches has been banned in Morgantown.
Yeah, but they still do it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure throwing a goalpost into the president's home pool is also not permitted, but that didn't stop you from doing it.
Apparently, tradition is that the president is supposed to come out and pardon. Well, you're not supposed to put it in his pool.
Yeah,
but you're supposed to lay it on the front lawn. But he comes out and pardons everyone.
Oh, is that like the? See, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
But he doesn't live there. That's what I heard. But he doesn't live there, and also he threw it in his pool. So I don't know.
Well, where are you going to be, Pete? Your wife's going to see Clemson. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, somebody's got to watch the kids.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. You got 2.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say guys who don't have kids, but right.
Yeah, they're not pets. I can't just leave out food and water for them and leave for 3 days.
I thought about it though. I was like, man, if I leave for like 30 minutes, probably be all right.
No, the original plan was for her to go up there. She goes up there to visit her every year, and they usually go to a West Virginia game. Well, West Virginia's so terrible this year. Her friend said, well, Clemson's playing only 30 minutes away from here. We could go to that game instead since Clemson still, has something to play for. She said, okay. So that's how that all happened. Plus the tickets are like $28 a piece or something because nobody in Pittsburgh gives a shit about college football. So the tickets are cheap. So there's got to
tell you where Pittsburgh is.
Is she going to walk into Acrisure Stadium and expect to win?
Yes.
I don't know.
Narduzzi's kind of a character himself, though. This could be fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should feel better about this game than I do because I know Clemson's miles better than Pittsburgh. But I still don't feel good about it at all.
It should have been miles better than Louisville, too.
That's exactly. Yeah.
And it's a shame how freaking bad Pitt has fallen off.
Well, compared to last season, they've gotten a lot better.
Well, yeah, it's just I know it sucks to freaking be undefeated and then you know lose 2 in a row. That really sucks.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Syracuse at Cal. There's not really much to talk about there. That's the CW. All you have to do every week is look at the CW Network game of the week and know that's the one that nobody's going to watch and nobody cares about. So, well, unless you're a Syracuse or a Cal fan, so no disrespect to you guys, but 3 o'clock. Now, this one's interesting to me. Virginia at Notre Dame. Now, I made a tweet the other day that I think the 2 most dangerous teams in the playoffs are going to be Notre Dame and Alabama. 2 of the hottest teams in the country. Yeah. I still believe that. But the line on this thing is 22.5 points. Virginia they've got nothing. I mean, Notre Dame's got everything to lose here.
Yeah.
They're playing, I mean, with house money at this point. They've already won way more games than anybody thought they would win. They went on the road as an underdog and beat Pitt last week. This is not a terrible team.
It's not. Notre Dame out-talents them just a lot, though.
I know. I think Notre Dame will win. But will they win by more than 22.5? I'm not so sure about that.
I'd take Virginia in the points there. Yeah. I mean, speaking of teams that are kind of hot, Virginia's playing, I mean, as well as anyone else in the ACC at the moment.
Notre Dame can sleepwalk and beat Virginia by 21. Well, the last time you sleepwalked, you lost to an FCS team, so I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
dumb.
let's not pretend like that happened last year. That was this year.
Yeah.
With the same players.
Yeah.
So, I think Notre Dame is a legit playoff team and will be dangerous in the playoffs. I'm just saying to watch out in this one.
Yeah, more than 3 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah, Virginia's not a pushover team. I mean, you're better than them and you'll beat them, but they might give you some trouble. So just be aware of that. Boston College at SMU. Is there any chance without Costanello or whatever his name is that Boston College can upset SMU in Dallas?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. SMU's legit.
I mean, they hung with Missouri, but Missouri is not some world beater team themselves, I guess.
Yeah, Missouri, they're not great.
Yeah, what's the line?
I don't know what the line is on that one.
You'd think it's like 17 and a half. If I had to guess.
I don't know if it's that much. Well, I'll tell you right now. If I can find it.
We need to know.
Yeah, you were right. 17 exactly.
I know more than you guys think I do about sports betting.
Yeah. So I probably would take SMU.
Over-under is.
I probably would take SMU even with the 17 points there. I think they'll win convincingly.
You know what? Fuck you, C-Dog. I recorded this video where, like, I obviously don't, like, it was late and I totally fucked up, like, what the over-under was. That's why he's laughing at me.
Yeah, he's like, the over-under is 40 and a half. I think that means they want him to score like 90 points or something.
Yeah, it was so bad.
That would be the most ACC thing, though, this year. The way that everything's going in college football. Like, every week in every conference, we see some sort of major upset. And so, you know, who's it going to be this week? I mean, if we're talking about teams that are still alive to make the ACC championship and SMU controls their own destiny, to see them lose to Boston College at home would be just poetry.
That would shake it up.
It would shake it up.
All these one-loss teams.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So go Eagles. I'm rooting for you as a Clemson fan, although I'm still picking SMU to win and win big. So
I don't want SMU to win the conference either, man. I think I'd almost rather have Miami win the conference than SMU, as bad as that sounds. As a Miami hater, that's kind of bad, but it's freaking humiliating for SMU to come in from the group of 5 and win our conference. I really don't like the idea.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
At all.
Yeah, the new kid can't just come in here and win. That's not allowed.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. So go Eagles. I don't know who your backup quarterback is after Castanello, but I hope he knows how to do something. You know. Louisville at Stanford, that's a pointless game. Louisville will blow them out. And last but not least, Wake Forest at North Carolina, another nothing game that doesn't really mean anything. I think North Carolina's favored heavily in that. Let me see. Where is it? Uh, 11 points, North Carolina's favored at home. So,
North Carolina
favored by 11.
What's up with them? Are they better all of a sudden? Like, what's up with that?
I don't know. We had Jordan Bowman in the backstage for a while. He clicked out. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
Haven't heard from him in a while.
I guess he gave up.
Well, he was on the air.
Oh, he was? Okay.
So, I mean. Anyway, what's up, Vic?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, and congratulations on your big win against the tropical depressions.
Thanks.
He's trying to diminish your win by calling them the tropical depressions. You hear that?
Nah, man, that ain't what he's doing. He better be worried about the last game he plays.
Oh yeah. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but we're beating Georgia this year.
Okay, y'all might, yeah. Good. But
Oh, come on.
we'll see, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, but
I mean, that would be hilarious and everything. I still wouldn't go that far, though. Where is that game at? It's a Mercedes-Benz Stadium, isn't it?
It's in Athens.
that's next year.
It's in Athens.
Oh, it's in Athens? Oh, you're definitely not winning
Yeah,
that.
Whatever. We only win in Athens.
It's in Mercedes-Benz next year.
Next year. That's right.
Yeah, we the only times we've freaking beat them are in Athens.
We haven't beat him in Atlanta since '99.
Exactly. You know.
So yeah, Athens is a good place for us to play.
Yeah,
I'd like to know. Vic, you're a Georgia fan, so you obviously hate Georgia Tech by nature. But were you somewhat, I mean, was there any part of you that was happy to see Georgia Tech beat Miami or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course he did.
We gotta work on that.
Work on what?
I just have too many Georgia fans that are happy for me.
I know. What's wrong? What's wrong with that, Cedar?
They used to hate me. They used to hate me.
Well, they've gone from hating you to feeling bad for you. That's what happened, I think.
No, dude. I would when I did the hat thing.
Oh, yeah. I
They
remember
hated me.
the hat
Dude.
thing. Yeah, I remember the hat thing. Yeah.
Well, all reliable's looking good these days.
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with the Sea Dog lore at all, it was causing me wearing the hats was literally causing them to win.
Yeah.
Ever since I stopped doing it, they haven't won a natty again. So
That was your theory. Yeah.
not even a theory; it was confirmed.
With evidence, man. That's how science works.
It was confirmed by BVD, but yeah.
The BVD is the most scientific.
Well, it was shocking to see Sea-Dog when he went to Tennessee game a couple of weeks ago. He was walking around in Tennessee gear, and he said something that I didn't know. He said his wife's family's Tennessee fans. Is that true?
Yeah, her whole family's her whole dad's side's from Tennessee.
So is Mrs. Sea-Dog a Tennessee fan?
No, not really.
No?
She cheers for. I mean, she's a Tech fan. Okay. She's a Tech fan.
It sounds like she tells you she's a Tech fan just so to appease you, but she's not really though.
No way, dude. She's actually a Tech fan.
I can't believe you'd say that, Pete.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I was at the game and she was like watching it while I was gone and texting me about it. So you tell me.
If Tech played Tennessee, who's she pulling for?
Ooh.
I'm gonna ask her.
If she knows what's good for her,
she's pulling for Tennessee, and she's going to pretend like she's pulling for Tech. That was my point.
No way. She would totally pull for Tech.
No.
She loves me the most.
She knows what's good for her.
Something tells me if Tennessee won, she would just be like, I got to go to the bathroom, and then go into the bathroom and celebrate on her own.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No way, dude. No freaking way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Georgia. Dennis Wilson, who's a Miami fan, says Georgia Tech is trash, and that was a lucky win. Well, if Georgia Tech's trash, then you just lost to a trash team. So I don't know.
I can get saying last year was a lucky win. It wasn't lucky this year. We were the better team. I mean, we out schemed. I mean, we
I saw the game.
That game.
Yeah,
fanned everything.
We controlled that game.
Listen, that's something else these idiots have been saying. We're your Super Bowl. We're your Super Bowl. Do you know who says that dumb shit? Losers. Every single time you hear losers.
That's true.
Well, I mean, okay.
You know what their Super Bowl is? An ACC title. I've got a few. They don't.
Yeah.
They should focus on.
They got 0 Super Bowls.
Yeah, and every time Tech beats a team, we're your Super Bowl.
Florida State said we were their Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's exactly what Florida State said.
Dang. If the trend continues, every time Georgia Tech beats somebody, they go on a losing streak.
I know.
Well, I mean, we're your Super Bowl, so. Yeah, we're y'all Super Bowl.
Miami's about to go on a losing streak, according to history.
Georgia Tech is not better than Miami. Yeah, we are. I think we demonstrated that.
I mean, they beat you twice in a row now. It's not like it was just a fluke one-off thing.
We have the series. We have more wins.
We have the series. Yeah.
Y'all own. Yeah, y'all
I'm talking to a Florida State fan. I swear to God, this is like I'm talking to a Florida State fan.
Yeah.
Let me ask Miami fans a question. How many teams that are in the playoff hunt right now that you would say has a legitimate chance to win a national title would lose to Georgia Tech? How many of them? Let's count them. Would Texas lose to Georgia Tech?
No.
Would Alabama lose to Georgia Tech?
No.
Would Georgia lose to Georgia Tech?
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
They would.
Yes,
No.
they would. Yes.
No.
Come on.
No.
Yes.
Would Notre Dame lose to Georgia Tech?
Georgia does not belong in the same breath as the other teams that you were just saying.
But we're still not losing to Georgia Tech.
They're trash.
Miami said that. Florida State said that. All these teams say that. Till Big D Brent Key slapped you right in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Y'all will get a moral victory this year, so just be glad of it against Georgia.
There you go.
I just came on here so y'all wouldn't beat up on Vic.
We don't beat up on Vic.
No.
Yeah, they don't beat up on me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of Georgia Tech folk, Vic, so I wanted to make sure you wasn't just outnumbered.
He's vicious. Vic doesn't care. He's vicious. He can defend himself anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll run you over with that hover round. He's almost ran me over a couple times.
Damn. Big deal.
I love to hear it.
Dennis, here you're reverting back to the typical Miami bullshit. 5 national titles. Nobody cares about that. Comparing Clemson to Miami in the past 20 years is just fucking stupid. It's stupid.
Know Georgia Tech has 4 national titles?
Yeah, I did.
We don't talk about it like that though. We don't fall back on that every time we lose.
No.
So
we got 4 titles too. We don't.
Hey Dennis, tell us about Ed Reed and fucking Jimmy Johnson and
All right, well,
Michael Irvin.
I mean, we do fall back on the 21 and 22 titles, but we don't really
that's
fall
recent.
back on the
But here's the
42
thing.
or the
Even in
80
make
titles.
believe, we beat them. Dwayne Johnson played there. We have a better wrestler that came out of our school, Roman Reigns. I mean, there's not anything you can look at that we don't dominate you in.
Even Atlanta United knocked out Miami in freaking soccer.
Damn.
Yeah, anywhere I look, it's like, damn, just Miami. They're not it. They're not it. I mean, they put the ACC title game in what? Jacksonville, because they expected Florida State and Miami to be in it every year. It didn't happen one time. They had to move it to fucking Charlotte because y'all suck ass. We literally had to move the title game where it's played because y'all are so bad. Let that sink in.
Dang.
Don't you ever come in here opening your mouth about Daddy Rec or Georgia Tech again, Dennis.
Damn.
Don't worry. After they don't win the ACC, he'll go back to his hole for another 8 months. We won't have to hear from him until, Miami's 7-0 next year and pretending to win an ACC championship.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm surprised we're hearing from him now.
All these teams, North Carolina, Miami, they dodge us for a few years. So I don't have to put up with it, I guess.
Yeah, I can't believe this. Miami and freaking North Carolina get saved from having to play us. Our two daughters.
I'm sure if you look at what Dennis was saying before the game, it wasn't none of this. We're going to beat their ass.
Oh, of course it was. That's all he does. That's the majority of Miami fans. All the time. Every year they're going undefeated in the ACC, winning a title. Of course, they haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Sea-Dog didn't tell you on our way into the game, there's this guy with this golden skull mask and like a mohawk yelling at us on the way to the game. I told him to take me and chill out.
I didn't put that. I had a video of him. I didn't put it in the. I should have put it in the video, but I forgot to.
Let's not look past the fact that Miami also has the easiest schedule in the ACC.
Yeah, first team in history to not play a top 25 team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's go through these world beaters these sons of bitches have played. Florida A&M, Ball State, South Florida. Man, world beaters. Virginia Tech, who beat you. Cal, Louisville. I mean, just nobodies. And then you catch Georgia Tech.
First team in ACC history to not play a top 25 team.
Dang.
Well, I mean, I thought Louisville is top 25.
Are they top 25 now? Say it ain't so.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
So they
after they daggone. Oh, thanks, Clemson.
one halfway decent
You
team.
took away my freaking my stat.
Yes,
Yeah, that's Clemson's fault.
Yeah,
Damn it.
it's all Clemson's fault.
Louisville's in the top 25 CFP.
We'll see where they're at tonight.
They haven't started the show yet?
Starts at 9, I think.
Okay.
Nice. They're doing a basketball game.
Does Dennis have a Twitter or anything I can look at?
No, he doesn't know how to use Twitter.
Until
Twitter's the best place to argue.
He doesn't meet the bare minimum educational requirement.
No, he hasn't figured out how to make a Twitter account yet.
Damn. The hell did y'all find this guy? I guess he found you.
Yeah, I didn't find him. He found me. He's been around here a long time. He only shows up during the season, though. He disappears after the season, usually because Miami has such a disappointing season that he doesn't want to show his face. Then they get their hopes up, and so he shows up until, if they lose to Syracuse or something, we won't see him again until next August. So
It's always funny to see the people that show up during the season. Like, I remember Pete on your show one time. It stuck out to me. This guy was like, I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. It was just funny. He was like, man, look, it was like, it was during the season. And he was like, look at us. We're talking about college football on a Monday. We are huge college football fans. Like, yeah, we kind of do it all year.
I mean,
try a Monday in May.
yeah, there's no off season around here.
Right.
No.
You're a fan or not. That guy isn't.
I hope to be more present this off season. since I'm not going to have to be working on a house.
When's that supposed to be done?
Dude, we're in the final stretch. I mean, I'm talking about like end of the month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very exciting. We had a lot of work done today and yesterday. And we had our
You trying to get all the work done before your workers get deported, or?
Dang.
yeah, before Trump takes office.
Yeah. That election really put a hamper on your construction project.
Yeah, Rag Talk. I don't know if you were here for that, right? When we offended somebody about our.
Someone sent you an email or something, Pete?
Pete.
Yeah. I got somebody who told me that they couldn't handle me making fun of undocumented workers or something. I can't remember what it was. I said, look, if that offends you, then have a good day. I don't know what to tell you.
It's funny too, because we told you, Pete. We told you about the time that we offended. We were being ageist, right?
Yeah, we offended some boomer because Sea-Dog. We were reading a Touchdown Tim article. He said he types like a boomer. I get this. I mean, dude, 5,000 word email about why I should have reprimanded Sea-Dog live on air and that I'm ageist. Well, this idiot signs the email with his name. And I noticed where he works. I know someone that works there. So I reached out and he's like, oh, yeah, dude, that guy's a total tool. I was like, yeah, I know.
He's a tool.
He was saying some crazy stuff. He was like, I'm shocked and disturbed at Sea-Dog's comments regarding old people.
Jesus Christ.
Well, fuck them, dude. I mean, that's my biggest pet peeve. Whenever it comes down to someone's home field, they get offended. They're okay saying crazy shit about whoever else. Dude, just get over it. No, you're not that important. No one's thinking about you.
Plus, can nobody take a joke anymore? I mean, let's.
No.
Plus, old people suck.
Damn.
Well, you tried to call me old. I was listening. You're like, see, you said, I was having trouble because I had to ask for some water. All right. Fuck you. All right. I've never had to say that before. Dude, I jumped up into the stands without the little helper steps because I'm an athlete. I think I've displayed the kind of athlete I am at these different, events we have.
You're surprisingly athletic for your stature. I will say that.
Yes.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
John Candy. I can move, baby.
I think Sea-Dog is too.
Like I was running from those cops, then I would come in first place for sure.
Sea-Dog might be the fastest fat guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Imagine if we got on Ozempic or something.
No, you'd probably die. Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, instead get them to sponsor my channel.
Instead of getting on Ozempic, get on celery.
Jeez, dude, that was wrong.
Enjoy some celery with my chicken wings.
That hurt worse than anything anyone's ever commented to me.
That was a low blow.
That is what it is. He's right. I can't argue with it. I love pizza and ice cream, dude.
Well, anyway, I'm happy for you getting your house done.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So, but you know that once you get your house done, it never ends. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, the major stuff will be done. You'll have the flooring down and the trim and everything will be painted and looking nice. But then all of a sudden now you're like, well, you might not, but your wife's going to be like, well, you know what we got to do now.
Yeah.
What about the outside?
Yeah.
Sea-Dog's going to be out there laying sod next week.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you, at least we won't be like up against any kind of clock because like we can't even, we don't even have furniture in here right now. We can't because we don't have our CO.
What?
So,
your CO? What is that?
our certificate of occupancy.
Oh.
So we're not supposed to be living here.
So you're undocumented.
Yeah.
Deport him too.
Don't tell the county.
You're about to get deported too. Sea-Dog's an undocumented worker in his own house.
Yeah.
I thought that's called a
I'm a squatter. I'm squatting. Yeah. It's
you're a
true.
squatter.
I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm not living in a camper anymore. I'll tell you that.
Well, you should have moved into Cabrera's house since where you took the goalpost.
That's true. It's unoccupied.
Yeah.
It's unoccupied.
So when do you get furniture?
Well, we have our furniture. It's just that we're not allowed to put it in here yet. I mean, we can't. Okay, so we could. I could literally get all my furniture and put it in right now. The problem is, whenever I call the inspector in to, inspect and see if we can get our CO, if he sees that we have been living here, we're going to get in a bunch of trouble. So I can't fill up my house.
But hold on now. But you have been living there.
What?
Yeah. So basically, we've been living here, but we only have the things in here that are necessary for survival that we can quickly hide. So
he's got a fucking charcoal grill in the middle of the living room.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we're allowed to have our appliances. We have to have the appliances.
All right, so you can have dishes and forks and shit like that.
Well, no, because that's a sign that we're living here.
So you have to take the dishes out?
Yeah, we're gonna have to hide all that. Like
hide the
take all the
dishes.
soap. We're gonna have to take the soap out of the shower. So
oh my
we're
god,
we're gonna have to take our bed up and shit.
You're gonna have to Fran Brown it in your own bathroom.
Hey, ding dong, inspector. Hey, honey, hide the dishes and the soap.
Yeah. There's some stuff I can get away with, but I can't have shit in the bathroom that makes it look like I'm showering there, or my bed set up with my phone charger next. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
we're pretty close friends, and I did not know that.
What?
Everything you just said. What are you talking about?
Just set up a tent in the front yard with some sleeping bags and be like, that's where we've been living, right there. Make a campfire, make it look like you've been cooking something out there,
I know. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous that you can't live in your house.
Yeah, it is stupid. That's why I'm ignoring it. It's a stupid rule, so I'm not following it. I'm a filthy lawbreaker.
You are. You're a habitual lawbreaker.
Yeah.
You've committed at least 4 felonies in the past 6 months.
I'm a menace. I need to be locked up.
Yeah.
Throw the key away.
Deported.
Yeah.
Where would Sea-Dog be deported to?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm thinking probably El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Yeah. Just because it's further away than Mexico. That's all.
Damn.
Guam. Is Guam? I don't know. I just don't.
Guam's in America.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico? Is that America? I'm just going to name all the American provinces.
Damn.
That's far away. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know geography, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm up to. We're living out of boxes, basically, all our clothes,
So when do you get the CO or whatever it's called lifted?
Whenever we finish our construction and it's livable. It's deemed livable or whatever, and everything's up to code and all that. We're shooting for the end of the month.
Are you confident that when they come in and inspect, everything will be up to code?
No.
What?
We have a.
You're not doing any electrical yourself, are you?
No.
All right, just making sure.
We're having all that. So, we have an inspector in our county. His nickname is Turn Down Turner. Because he'll always find something to freaking turn you down.
Turn down, turn.
Dealing with him throughout this entire we've been dealing with him throughout this entire process, and it's been a bitch.
Can you do us a favor and record when they come to do this? We got to see Turn Down Turner in action.
It's not. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. He's literally going to come and be like, "Yeah, that's not going to work."
Yeah, it sounds like I want to see it. I want to see him say that that's not going to work.
I'm going to be like, "Fuck!"
I'll be the guy.
How am I supposed to move my toilet? I'm afraid he might
turn down Turner take bribes.
That's a good question because there's honestly not a
$100 handshakes.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You don't know unless you try, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we say we let this one slide.
Mm-hmm.
Hand him a $2 bill or something.
I'm afraid my toilet might be too close to my sink.
There's more where that came from.
$2. Washington's right here.
I've got my the Jeff Collins currency.
Yeah, hand him a Jeff Collins.
The money down. The money down.
That's worth it.
Hey, you better hope Turn Down Turner is not a Georgia fan. You better take all your Georgia Tech shit out of there.
Yeah, well, that Jeff Collins is worthless.
Yeah. I tell you, this is the question, Sea-Dog. If he's a Georgia fan, he's like, look, I got all this stuff. I'm not going to pass it. But if you'll say GD, I'll pass it.
Damn.
Yeah,
I literally would say no. I don't care. My wife would be so mad.
you would be threatening your own livelihood just not to say that?
Yeah, I'll never say that.
Damn.
I'll never
That's
utter
why I
those
fucks
words.
with you, bro.
I'll never utter those words under any circumstances.
Have your wife mad at you, not be.
If somebody's got a gun to my head and tells me to say GD, I'm tell my wife I love her.
Damn.
That's a real one. That's
Dang, I gotta respect it. I gotta respect the hustle, but I don't know, man.
I'm not saying it.
You are a man of principle.
Would you say go Gamecocks? I mean, come on.
To get my house passed on the inspection, yeah.
I wouldn't. So I mean, clearly, I feel pretty strongly
Well,
about it.
I might feel dirty about it, but I'd feel dirty about it in my bed instead of in a camper.
I don't care, dude. I'm not saying that shit. You can forget it.
Hell yeah, dude.
You can forget it.
Rec Talk says, hell yeah, dude, until they move in your house with you because he's too stupid to say GD.
You can do it, dude. I would gladly do that.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck the dogs. Come over.
Yes.
Damn.
That's why you're my man right there.
And then we'd go mafia on this Turner guy. We'd go attack his house where he can't live in it.
Yeah, he I don't think he realizes who he's fucking with.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm a criminal mastermind.
Yeah, all you gotta do is be like, hey, you know what this means, right? And then you just pull up your live stream and show him you jumping in some random pool that hasn't been cleaned since 1988.
Yeah.
Damn.
That doesn't intimidate.
This is what you got coming, buddy.
Yeah.
Me and 3,000 of my closest friends are gonna come visit you.
We're gonna throw a goalpost in your pool and then jump in it.
Yep.
Pool liner's gonna be all fucked up.
Well, hopefully you pass.
Thanks. I probably won't.
What are you worried about? Because I know I know there's one or two things. Like you said something earlier about your toilet not being in the right spot, so you already know that's not going to pass. So,
No, I made it like exactly code.
so why are you worried about it then?
I should have given myself a little more room.
Yeah, the toilet is covered.
Because you can barely stand in front of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not good.
It's kind of a bad. It's an oversight in me designing this house. I just didn't. It's my first house. Like
in your defense, an inspector can fail you if they want to fail you.
Yeah, but I want to know what'd you do wrong with the toilet?
it's just too close to the sink. You can barely stand in front of the sink because the freaking.
So like the overspray from you peeing goes into the sink?
No, it's just if you're trying to use the sink, there's not much room for you to stand.
Oh.
But and also that allowed you to talk to us on a live stream from the toilet.
Well, I'm not talking about the guest. I'm talking about the master.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like actually a benefit. Like if your wife's brushing her teeth in the sink, you can just use the toilet.
Yeah. You hold her toothbrush for her.
Yeah. Dip your toothbrush down in the toilet to clean it off. You know?
That sounds like something Fran Brown would do.
I don't deserve a clean toothbrush. Dip it in that third toilet.
If I lose a game, I go to Sea Dog's house to brush my teeth.
You don't deserve a house. I have to live in the. You have to go to Sea Dogs. You don't deserve a house.
I love your house, dude. Don't let them shit on you.
It's a cool house. It'd be even cooler if I had if I had furniture in it.
Damn, dude.
Well, I've been waiting because you told me once you built your house, I could come stay with you for a weekend.
That's right. That's right.
You said you had land. We could shoot guns and everything.
Yeah, we can shoot out here.
Yeah.
It's nothing special, but I mean, there is room to shoot.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then you know where we're taking them, Sea Dog, after that.
Where?
Claremont Lounge, baby.
Oh, Claremont Lounge. I don't know what that is, but
Claremont Lounge. Yeah.
You don't know? You don't know about that, Pete?
I don't know what it is, but I use context clues. I think I know what it means.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
The Claremont Lounge sucks.
Oh, come on.
Old 60-year-old nasty women.
Yes.
And
Oh,
a
that's
girl
my
named
type.
Goldie.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah. Well,
for-
hey, you're going
Man,
to be happy.
I knew we were friends for a reason, Pete.
Yeah. I mean, I won't bring a wad full of dollar bills. I'll bring some rolls of quarters, but hey, we can get down.
Hey, Goldie, the bartender, will open your beer with her tits.
Wow.
That's true.
If she's still there, I don't know.
Probably is.
or Magic.
I heard
She
was
probably is. Yeah, where else is she going to go and do that?
Right.
Yeah, where else is this skill applicable?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no real retirement plan from the Claremont Lounge.
The retirement plan is when you die.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a casket.
Casket!
This is great. This is exactly where I wanted the show to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we going down the rabbit hole for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, anything else before we get off of here then?
I think we've about said it all.
I think we've about said it all. I agree.
Yeah.
Ending on the Claremont Lounge.
You know, after I
Sounds about
finish my
right.
house, the first thing I'm going to build is a new man cave for myself. My wife is already tired of me being loud, gaming and watching football.
So you have a room for that?
No, I've been doing it in the living room, and she does not like it.
I know, but you have a room that you're going to make a man cave in.
No, I'm going to build a separate building.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
This man knows what he's doing. Pete.
Wow.
That's what I got 3.5 acres for, man. I can build whatever building I want.
My wife thinks I'm being too loud. I'll build another building.
Basically, a mother-in-law suite, but for gaming and football. Quit!
Can I stay there sometimes?
Of course. So the downstairs is going to look very similar.
Down?
To
It's going to be 2 stories?
Yes.
Wow.
It's
gonna be like It's going to be like a mother-in-law suite.
Well,
Oh yeah, I want to build a watchtower, but for some reason my wife doesn't like that idea.
A watchtower? What is this?
Yeah, a watchtower, so I can freaking survey my land.
Damn.
So I can watch over my people. But
He's going to build a lighthouse over there.
I'm gonna watch over my freaking
Do you plan on kidnapping some folk? Wait a minute. Watch over.
No, I won't be keeping any damsels.
Well, I don't know. Turner's not looking great.
He's preparing for the zombie apocalypse. He's got a damn sniper tower on his property.
Yeah.
what's
I
the
want to do a watchtower, but
Just do it, dude.
that's to be determined.
Like, take my advice because it's always good. Just,
So you're going to have like a living room area, like the man cave area with the couches and the chairs and the TVs and all that, and an upstairs bedroom?
That's right. Yeah, it'll be like a flat, like a mother-in-law suite.
Yeah.
And then whoever wants to live there, either my brother or my old roommate, probably
or me.
can stay there, or Rec Talk. Yeah, or anybody that comes over that wants to stay over. Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
it's gonna kick so much ass. You have no idea.
Will there be a kitchen in there?
Yeah, I'll do a little kitchenette.
Yeah.
I'll make it.
I like this.
I want to do it. I want to do it so that somebody can stay there. Like I want to do like a washer, dryer, shower, and all that.
wow?
So you're just gonna make a new house.
Yeah, flat.
It's going to be like a tiny house.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like a tiny house. That way, Colby's getting married. After Colby gets, kicked out of his house 6 months into his marriage, he can come stay with you for a couple of weeks.
Damn.
I suppose. Maybe if I was invited to the wedding. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're not invited to the wedding. You're not inviting him to the mother-in-law suite. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see.
P. Digit says a mother-in-law suite is what I call a tent.
Well, what's funny is I do have a mother-in-law that is wanting to, or eventually come live with us. So
Oh.
Maybe she might wind up staying up there. I hope not, though, because, that's my man cave.
Yeah, that's true, man.
But,
Yeah,
it'll be nice to have her for, when we have kids.
You
and
can't
stuff.
call it a man cave if your mother-in-law is living there. You can't do that.
That's facts.
Can't do that. Yeah.
Well, she used to sleep in the room next to our man cave, and I felt bad because we would have big parties. We'd have ragers in there.
Okay.
But,
Rangers.
Yeah, ragers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might work out. If she lives there, when people come stay, she can make them breakfast and clean up after them.
Oh, it's great.
Damn.
Yeah, having her around is great. She does the dishes and all that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Laundry. Yes. Shout out to my mother-in-law. Yesterday was Veterans Day. She's a freaking veteran. Shout out to her.
Yes.
Nice.
Shout out to her and all the other veterans, too.
Yeah.
There it is.
She was in Desert Storm, dude. She's badass. Yep.
All right, guys. I think that's going to end it.
All right.
So, great show.
Yep.
Appreciate Yoda for coming on.
No problem. No problem.
Talk to you next time, brother.
All right. Y'all be good.
All right. VicTube,
Is that that guy's name, Yoda?
Yoda T.
Yoda too.
I must. Left me, my wife has.
All right, Vic. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be on.
Of course. Have a
See
good
ya,
one.
Vic.
All right, Rec and Sea-Dog, both of you guys for coming on and telling us that amazing story from this past weekend. I live vicariously through you guys on YouTube. Look, all seriousness, it looked like a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
It looked like you had fun. That's all that matters.
It was incredible. Thank you.
Yes. No, thank you for the content. I've watched you jump in that pole at least 400 times.
Really?
Yes. About to be 500 before the night's over, probably.
That's funny. I clipped it and posted on Twitter a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, man. Well, good luck with the house. And good luck this. Are you going to buy this week?
Yeah, we're on a bye. Yeah.
No.
So.
Well, good luck on the bye.
And then we got NC State the next week.
Oh,
after
easy
that.
win. That's an easy win. You'll beat them by 30.
For sure.
So, all right, Sea-Dog. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too, man.
All right.
See ya.
Yeah, that's going to do it for me, too, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the ACC show. Appreciate you. The college football playoff rankings come on at 9 o'clock, so don't miss that. We'll see who is ranked and who is not. Will South Carolina finally be ranked? I think that they will be, and they should be. As much as it pains me to say that. They are one of the hottest teams in the country right now. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the midday show on my second channel, and then tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for the call-in show. Look forward to seeing you all there. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.